One. Welcome to the Capital Gains Tax Solutions podcast, where we believe most high net worth individuals and those who help them, they struggle with clarifying their capital gains tax deferral options. Not having a clear plan is the enemy, and using a proven tax deferral strategy such as the Deferred Sales Trust is an amazing way for you to exit highly appreciated cryptocurrency, businesses, real estate, capital gains tax deferred, so you can create and preserve more wealth or help your clients, friends, and family do the same. Hey, I'm your host, Brett Swarts. In each episode, I'm joined by some of the best real estate, financial, wealth, crypto, and business minds in the world, where they share their ideas and deal stories. So together we can make complex tax deferral strategies simple and passive income plans achievable. We're also streaming, by the way, on Expert CRE Secrets as well. So we appreciate everyone out there who are watching or listening. Today's show, I'm excited to bring on our next guest. And he's actually a longtime online entrepreneur, and his focus throughout the years has been to create irresistible offers and products and advertising that attracts relevant audiences. And no matter if you're talking about Web 2.0 or 3.0 as well, he's become an expert in cryptocurrency and investing and really looking at cyclical cycles of what's going on. And so we're going to kind of mix and match these two things together, the crypto and the attraction of audiences and marketing. Please welcome to the show with me, Polar Mill. Polar, how are you doing?
Hey, thank you very much for having me.
For our listeners getting to know you, absolutely, it's an honor to have you on the show. And by the way, if you want to get in touch with Polar right now, you can check him out at mainstreamcryptos.com. mainstreamcryptos.com. But Polar, for our listeners trying to get a chance to get to know you for the first time, would you give us a little bit more about your story and your focus?
Yeah, sure. So first, I'm Polar. I have been doing online marketing for more than 14 years. I have started with simple affiliate offers where it was very simple to make websites with HTML, Dreamweaver, and programs like that. Actually, it was really complicated. And digital marketing wasn't that a big thing at this stage. After that, I have gone through different stages of my career. Like I have started different companies, mainly e-commerce stores. I have had the chance to sell some of them for a very good profit. After that, I have had the time to write a book, to become a best-selling author, and become a marketing consultant. And for the last 2+ years, I have been deeply involved in crypto investing, crypto marketing, and things like that.
Amazing. Polar, I want to go back to your younger days. I believe we've all been given certain gifts in this life, and these gifts have been given to us to be a blessing and help to others. So maybe go back to your younger days and maybe think about one or two strengths that you believe you were given, and how does that help how you help and bless people today?
Yeah, so maybe the things that I have been blessed with have been the skill to be really passionate about the things that I do, which have given me a lot of energy and belief in what I do, and also a very strong confidence that I can deal with everything that stands in front of me. And this has helped me actually tremendously because there wasn't much information about how to do marketing, how to build websites in the place that I lived during this time. So this confidence has given me the opportunity to fight these struggles and find opportunities in them, and to finally become successful in what I do.
Excellent. So the patience to be able to develop your skill or develop your trade, and then number two, strong confidence to persevere and keep pushing through. Is that a fair summary so far?
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Now let's dive right into the topic at hand, which is cyclical crypto trading. So Polar, what's the number one secret to making sure that you can take advantage of it as an investor to cyclical crypto trading?
Probably the biggest secret is to know when these seasons are going to change. The thing is that in the current economy, it's very hard to make predictions when this is going to happen. That's why, like 1 year ago, the founder of a project called Seasonal Tokens, has created something that can have a predictable cycle. So you can trade tokens for more tokens depending on the seasons. So this is something that all the cyclical investors are looking for. They're trying to find the best time to jump in a cycle before it changes. But like I said, because there are some macro factors, for example, the war, that you can predict. Right now, it's very hard to make the right decision when you should go in and when you should go out of a deal.
Got it. So the number one secret is know when the seasons or the cycles are changing. However, also be aware of that there are times when it's very unpredictable, like right now. Where, if you had to peg it, where do you think we are right now in the current crypto cycle?
Honestly, like before yesterday, before the CPI data, everyone was very bullish. Everyone was saying that the crypto market, the market bulls are back, but we have seen that this was far from the truth. And right now we are in let's say a close to a bear situation, but still bulls are fighting to not give them the opportunity to bears to conquer the market. But I think that right now it's a very risky market, because we know that in the end of September there is a Fed meeting, and nobody knows what's actually going to happen. Some of the experts are saying that maybe this time they're going to increase the percentage with 1%, which will be very, very hard to the stock market and also to the crypto market. So right now, I believe we're in a very, very volatile market, and it's hard to predict what's the direction of the market from now on.
Excellent. So it's hard to predict, and depending on what the Feds do at the end of September with the interest rates, it's still pretty risky and uncertain. Okay, so that's the number one secret. We kind of dive into that. What's the number two secret to making sure an investor is investing well in crypto in general, and or just changing times?
Yeah. So for the second thing I would say is to be very well informed of his goals. Like if he's going to target short-term profits or long-term profits, because if we're talking about short-term profits, it would be really hard to decide where to put your money in. But if you are going for the long term, like I suppose most of us that are in crypto for at least 2 years, then like situations like now or this month or next month, when Fed can change the percentage, are not something that can change your investment strategy a lot, because in the end you are not aiming to make a huge profit till the end of the year. You are aiming to have a bigger investment portfolio in 5, 10, 20 years or something like that. So in the end, if you zoom out, you can see that things haven't changed that much. And if you stay on the course, and if you are doing, for example, DCA, dollar cost averaging, and just trust crypto and what crypto is doing for the world, then I think you should be safe.
Okay, make sure I got that. So to be well informed about and have clarity on, if I'm the investor, what my long-term versus short-term goals are, and long-term being more like 2+ years, and then taking even a bigger macro step back and say, do I believe in the long-term future of crypto over the next 20 years? And then on with the strategy would be to do the dollar cost averaging. Is that a fair summary so far?
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Well, what's the number 3 secret to investing into crypto, especially during changing times, or any other thoughts on just investing in crypto?
I would say that right now it's a great time to improve your knowledge, about about crypto as a whole, like what's blockchain, for example, what are the possibilities. And if you are a developer, or if you are a project owner to focus on building, creating new stuff that is connected to crypto, blockchain as a whole, or you can spend the time to build skills that can help you when the bulls are back, for example. What I mean by saying that is that you can spend time, for example, analyzing stock markets for the last 10, 20, 30, 50 years and things like that, because it has already proven that cycles repeat over time. And crypto is not very different from the stock market. We are talking about a different financial asset, but we are still talking about people. So when we talk about people, the psychology is the same. So for me, this means that the cycles will also repeat. The decisions that people will make will be similar to what has been done before. So if you spend the time right now when it is very risky to invest in the market and learn from the history, then when bulls are back, I think you'll be in a very good position.
Excellent. So spend the time to analyze not so much individual cryptos per se, although that's probably a wise thing to do, but more so the general people, the way people react during different cycles or different seasons or different, like the stock market, there's different patterns. More the patterns of people's psychology. Is that a fair summary?
Yeah, exactly. And there is a very interesting thing that I have read, that if you are very curious about how people react, then you should also study how people are affected by the planets, how the movement of planets actually affect people. I have read somewhere that there was a trader who has been investing in stocks only by following the planets and their patterns, and he has been very successful. So I suppose that there is a lot of truth in that, and this is not a myth, because we know that we as humans are very much affected by the moon cycles also. You have heard about, I'm sure, about the Saturn like issues. So if we spend also time of learning how planets can affect people and what are their cycles, I suppose this can also help us when we are investing in cryptos.
Excellent. Now let's shift a little bit to the strategy of, transforming either your crypto project or whatever is it that you're selling into a magnet for your ideal, customer. And so, what's the strategy to creating an irresistible offer and help business owners out there or those that are, maybe, looking to launch and or to grow their companies? Talk to about a little bit of the wisdom you have there.
Yeah. So that's a very interesting question. And I think that not many crypto project founders have been asking themselves about that. But one of the very important things when we're talking about creating irresistible offers is actually the product, the blockchain solution, the thing that you are offering. Like if you are not offering something that is going to solve a problem, a need that people have, then no matter how good you are in creating your offer, no matter how good you are in building your marketing strategies, in the end, you are going to fail. That's why like an irresistible offer starts with a product. After that, if you have a product that solves a problem or a need in a unique, cheaper, better, faster, easier way, then creating an offer becomes an easy task. You just have to put the needed elements in a logical way so people can answer the questions that they have in their head when they are visiting your website, actually, because it's very interesting to find out that people that visit your website are not only looking to solve their problem, but they are hoping that you are going to solve their solution. So to solve their problem. So if you know how to structure your offer in a proper way, then you have a high chance to convert these visitors into buyer, investors, or holders.
Got it. Okay, that's really interesting. So, A, have the product, B, that solves a problem in a unique, cheaper, better, faster way, and then making sure that your website is accomplishing a lot of that for you, right? Or showing that, explaining that, going through that. Is that a fair summary so far?
Yeah, it's very, very important to understand how people are researching problems and searching for solutions when you are structuring your offer.
Okay, excellent. What's maybe a different second secret to that, the irresistible offer, or how to deliver that in a really great way?
So when you are structuring your offer, it's very important to nail it in a way so people can believe that you are the solution. And this can be achieved not by selling through your features of your product solution, but by selling the benefits, by selling the dream to people, by showing them how your product, blockchain solution, crypto fund is going to make their life better. And in order to achieve that, like I said, it's very, very important to focus on benefits and on a very small amount of time to focus on the features.
Interesting. Okay, so maybe do an example of that. So I think I'm hearing you say sell the vision for what it can help them accomplish, but don't sell the benefits. So walk us through an example of that.
Actually, you have to sell with the benefits.
Oh, sell with the benefits. Okay, don't sell with the features. Okay, so yeah, maybe walk us through an example. So what do you mean by that?
Yeah, so there is a very popular example in marketing regarding to that. You know, when someone is going in a store to buy a hammer, for example, the thing is that they're not going there to buy a hammer. They're going there and searching for a solution that can help them to, for example, break something. And the hammer is the solution for that. So, for example, you can sell them the idea that you can break the glass on your window with ease by using our very safe hammer.
Got it. Excellent. Well, now let's shift a little bit into capital gains tax deferral, right? And I don't know, if you experienced this yourself or maybe clients, but what have you found the biggest frustration is when it comes to capital gains tax when selling highly appreciated cryptocurrency?
Yeah, so I have heard from many of my friends, and also I have had troubles of like keeping track of all the gains, and after that providing all this information to the accountant. And at the same time, from what I have seen, different accountant firms are asking for different information, and sometimes some of the crypto exchanges that we use, they make your life hard to in order to get this data. So what I have found is that if you want to have easier life, then you have to stick to one exchange and one accountant. Otherwise, you may have a lot of troubles.
Got it. Okay, so yours is more like on the tracking of everything. What about the actual exit? Maybe when Bitcoin was 65,000 a coin, 66, 67, 68, and you wanted to maybe exit, but you had a huge capital gains tax, and you don't have a great way to defer that tax, or it's going to get hit. Like in America, it's somewhere between 25 to it could be upwards of 40%, just to kind of depend where you're at. So let's say you bought it for 100,000 and it goes to $10 million. It's a $9.9 million gain. And then that's going to be taxed at 25 to 30, 35%. So what's been your biggest frustration that you've seen when people want to sell high, but that tax is just staring them in the face?
Yeah, so actually, in my country, the taxes are not that high. So what I have seen, and something that I have also been doing in my crypto gains taxes is that when the time has come to exit a deal like that, even though Bitcoin hasn't hit such mark yet, but I hope it will happen soon. But when there is a high tax gain that has to be paid, what we are used to do and what our accountants in most of the cases suggest us to do is to start changing our tech in the offices that we have in most of the cases. And also, if we have some, some stock that we can repurpose, this can also help us to reduce the taxes after that.
Yeah, like harvesting losses against the gains of the crypto and maybe trying to wash it out in a given year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and just for those who are listening, I'm curious that we do have a way to defer capital gains taxes for U.S. citizens using something called a Deferred Sales Trust. In fact, we just did a deal for a client. She bought about $50,000 worth of Bitcoin, and the value went to $50 million. And at $54,000 a coin, she's able to exit $5 million, defer about $1.85 million of tax. She worked for a big tech company and lived in California and was going to get hammered and was able to find us, be able to defer that tax before everything went back to about $15,000 a coin, and able to diversify that equity, that capital, defer the tax and put it into a tech startup, all tax deferred. If you want to learn more about that, you can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. That's capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. It also works for Ethereum and it works for other coins too. If we set it up properly, go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. Polar, that being said, are you ready for the lightning round?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Knowing what you know now, if you go back to your 20-year-old self, what's the one golden nugget you'd make sure to tell yourself to do?
Start investing in crypto as soon as possible.
Excellent. Question number 2. What's the number one book you've recommended or gifted the most in the past year?
Standing on the Shoulders of Titans.
Excellent. Question number 3. What are you most curious about right now?
Where the world is going.
It's great curiosity. It's so many moving parts, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Next question. What's the number one leadership quote or theme that you strive to live by?
Don't do to others the things that you don't want to be done to.
Excellent. Do like the opposite could be do unto others as though you want them to do unto you. You make it the other way. Don't do unto others what you don't want them to do to you. Very good. Exactly. Last question, Polar. After all your success helping the people you've helped build marketing, build crypto portfolios and invest and all the knowledge that you share, how do you stay centered in your values? What's the habit that you practice to stay centered? And how do you stay encouraged to charge forward to reach new heights?
I would say that doing the same things every day, especially in the morning, have helped me the most. And these are the morning rituals that I think Tony Robbins have been praying his whole life about.
Excellent. Practicing the morning rituals and the same consistency every morning. I love it. Well, Polar, I want to thank you for being on the show. I want to encourage you to keep using your gifts of being patient with skills and development, but also have a strong confidence to persevere and keep pushing through to accomplish your goals and help others do the same. For our listeners who want to get in touch with you, would you remind them one last time what's the best place for them to find you?
Yeah. So for now, I'm at the CMO of Seasonal Tokens, so they can find me on seasonaltokens.org in their Discord channel. And if they need any of my services, they can find me at mainstreamcryptos.com. The website is still in progress, but soon you'll see it in a very new look.
Awesome. It sounds great, Polar. Thanks so much for being on the show. I also want to thank our listeners for listening to another episode of the Capital Gains Tax Solutions podcast. As always, we believe most high net worth individuals and those who help them, they struggle with clarifying their capital gains tax deferral options. Not having a clear plan is the enemy, and using a proven tax deferral strategy such as the Deferred Sales Trust is an amazing way for you to exit cryptocurrency or business or real estate, all tax deferred. Learn to exit like millionaires and billionaires, eliminate estate tax, and find a way to create and preserve more wealth. on your terms with more freedom and more flexibility. If you want to learn more about that, you can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. Look for the new book that's dropping soon, Building a Tax-Deferred Exit Strategy. People like Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank will be in the book, which is really cool. And as well, we're streaming expert CRE secrets. So for our listeners out there, we so appreciate you listening or watching the podcast. Please rate, review, subscribe. Please give it a thumbs up or a like on YouTube. That helps with the algorithm, and it means so much to us for that support. And we will